You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
This is just, trying to divide people.
This morning, the nation is on edge as more suspicious package bombs could be out there. What we know so far about these attempted attacks. Plus, officials in Manatee County are looking for this man who they say could be connected to some home burglaries in Palmetto. And we're celebrating teachers in our community who we're honoring this week. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jess Daldrick. Ray Collins is off this week. It is Friday. We've made it, October 26th. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi. John, we're all thinking about the weekend. Yeah. What can we expect?
Well, some nice weather, I think. Half the weekend will be even nicer than the first half of the weekend, but the whole weekend will be pretty decent. I think you're going to like the forecast. Today's kind of a transition day, though. We have to get through today. We're kind of in a warm, muggy mass of air right now that's triggering off a few scattered showers. We have a cold front back to the west of us that's advancing in this direction, and it'll be on our doorstep later today. First batch of showers heads our way. This comes, probably around 9, 10 o'clock. We'll start to see a few of these move on shore. Now, a lot of this is going to fall apart before it makes it here, but some of them will make it here, and the rainfall amounts are not going to be that great. This line of showers, the cold front, could contain some thunderstorm activity. That'll be here probably around 4, 5, 6 tonight. We'll talk about the forecast and what the weekend holds coming up in a few.
All right. Thank you so much, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. There are no major issues to report. Some slight slowdown if you're heading westbound on State Road 70 west of US 301 before you get to US 41. Other than that, things seem to be running smoothly there. We head south into Sarasota County and take a look there. Some minor slowdowns on Clark Road. Again, if you're also heading westbound before you get to US 41, expect some minor delays in that area. Otherwise, things are looking clear. And as we head even further south into southern Sarasota County, there's a slight buildup you can see there on I-75 as you're heading through Northport. But other than that, it's all clear at 5:02 on your Friday morning. Right now, federal investigators are set to analyze the explosive devices mailed to prominent Democrats, critics of President Donald Trump, and CNN. Miami-Dade Police Department officers were working with the FBI in Opa-locka as law enforcement sources say the manhunt in the mail bomb plot is intensifying here in South Florida. Karen Kaifa is outside of CNN's New York offices, where emergency officials have removed one of those apparent bombs.
My brave staffers and I saw those weapons of hate up close.
Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, one of the targets of a twisted plot, speaking out for the first time since the urgent nationwide hunt for a suspect intensifies. The FBI has classified the case as a domestic terror matter. At least 10 potentially explosive devices have now been discovered in New York City, Washington, Maryland, Delaware, Florida, and California. Actor Robert De Niro and former Vice President Joe Biden, the latest intended targets.
We have over 600,000 postal employees out there right now, so we have their eyes and ears looking for these packages.
The apparent bombs and packages they were sent in are being analyzed at the FBI crime lab in Quantico, Virginia, so that all of the evidence will be combed through in one place. Investigators are now being tight-lipped on details and limiting the information they're sharing on the devices.
It is vitally important that we do not inadvertently disclose information that could adversely impact our investigation or a future prosecution.
Former Attorney General Eric Holder, another target of the would-be bomber, says it's only a matter of time before whoever is responsible is caught.
I, expect that they'll resolve that issue, pretty quickly and bring whoever was behind that, to justice.
In New York, I'm Karen Kaifa.
This morning, we're getting answers as dangerous packages are found nationwide. We spoke to local law enforcement to find out what exactly happens when a suspicious package comes through the mail facilities or if they get a call. Our Marla Spence joins us live from the post office off of Ringling Boulevard. Marla.
Well, Jess, a Sarasota police detective tells us when they get a phone call about a suspicious package that they respond right away. Now, this is video of the most recent suspicious package investigation that was held in Sarasota. Luckily, that package ended up harmless. Now, Detective Adam Morningstar says he's been called out to respond to bags or packages that seem to be placed in odd areas. Morningstar says the department does not take any risks whether the packages end up being a duffel bag left by a homeless person in filled with clothes or unknown packages shipped to wrong addresses that may be filled with parts from some type of machine like a dryer or even car engine parts. He says if you don't feel right about a package, to call police right away.
A lot of times a patrolman's going to respond and take a look at it. He'll confirm whether or not he believes it's suspicious. He'll notify up his chain of command, and then we can bring different people with different skill sets to bear on that, such as the bomb unit, which I'm a part of, explosive detection dogs, stuff like that.
And Detective Morningstar says if a suspicious package is sent to a local postal office, they will respond right away. But he says that if it's at a post office, that the U.S. Postal Investigation Department will take over the investigation to find the culprit. Reporting live in Sarasota, Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is looking for a suspect who could be connected to some home burglaries in Palmetto. The video here that you see is of that suspect. It was all captured on what's called a Ring camera, which is connected to a doorbell. It was videotaped from a home in Palmetto Estates. The Sheriff's Office says they have the backpack from the suspect, and it had many alleged stolen items in it, possibly from the homes in that development. Now, this has become an effective tool for law enforcement in capturing suspects, and it's a device more and more homeowners are starting to invest in.
If it's not for the video, like in this case, then we possibly don't know until later when somebody reports that they had stolen property. We don't know right now where all the items in that backpack that you see this guy wearing came from.
I'm a first-time homeowner, so I just wanted to make sure, you never know. For insurance purposes, I don't know, if I had to call the cops, if something ever happens.
If you recognize the suspect in the video, or if you're missing any items from your home, you're asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office immediately. Now take a look at this video that's just into our newsroom. No, that's not a dog walking on the beach. That's a coyote. It's on Longboat Key. This video was taken by a viewer. She says she's come to the Suncoast every year for more than a decade, and this is the first time she's ever seen a coyote on the beach. Now, coyotes have also been spotted on Anna Maria Island recently. If you see one, you're recommended not to feed them. They're very dangerous. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we're showcasing teachers here on the Suncoast that have made a difference in the classroom, and each month we'll show you 2 of them who have been nominated. After the break, we'll talk about the teacher nominated this week. But first, let's take a look outside. We're looking at the city of Sarasota. The sun's not rising yet, but Football Friday night is just a few hours away. John Scalzi, what can we expect?
Well, I tell you what, I've checked the rain box on the inclement weather forecast for drive time because I think we may have showers both for the drive to work and from work, but really it's the drive coming home where the showers will probably be heaviest and most widespread. That's when our cold front will actually be moving through. This morning, we'll call it partly cloudy skies, but there's a slight chance of an isolated shower as we head into 8, 9, 10 o'clock, something like that. So for late commuters particularly. All of the airport hubs serving Sarasota, Bradenton International running on time, according to the FAA. The forecast in a minute.
Watch Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Premieres September 8th.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Civics on sale is now. During our model year-end sale, try new Civics for just $169 a month. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. And now get Civic, a KBB.com's best buy of the year for less than the competition. New Civics just $169 a month. Your last chance for Civics, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, Call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com. Gatto's got it.
Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, I've been waiting for its arrival all week long, and it's here. 73-degree dew point. We're back in the 70s. It's a muggy kind of feel to the air out there. Now that high, thick dew point, muggy kind of air mass is going to be replaced over the weekend, and it's going to be replaced big time with some very dry, low humidity air that's going to feel just fantastic. There'll be a lot of windows open, a lot of air conditioners switched off as we head into the weekend. But today, not so much. 78 degrees, our current air temperature, almost at the 80-degree mark. It feels like it did a couple weeks ago when we had these high dew point values. And we have a south-southwest wind that's kind of breezy today. A lot of people have been waiting for that kind of west wind to return, see what it does to the red tide situation. Now, I will tell you that the winds will be breezy today, and they may be kind of breezy for the first half of tomorrow as well. But the westerly wind event will probably be a 3-day, maybe 4-day event before it switches back to the east. So take some comfort in that. As far as the forecast goes over the next several days, well, or next several hours, we'll look for the rain chances to kind of spike up here around 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and then kind of subside just a little bit for a brief period of time, then tick back up again as we head into the heat of the day around 3 o'clock. Daytime high temperature coming in at about 85. We'll have a 40% chance of showers at that point. A little bit of sunshine possibly mixed in with some cloud cover throughout the morning hours and into the afternoon. And then this evening, the frontal boundary will arrive with our best chance of rainfall all day long. That'll be coming in really around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, but lingering through about 7. Winds will be picking up as well. We may need a small craft advisory a little bit later on today and through tomorrow morning as well. So watch for that. So this is the massive showers, the low pressure area kind of attached to it. We have one little round of showers approaching the coastline now. The heaviest of the storms located to the north. The tail end of this storminess is what may just tag us. But we'll be watching this kind of fall apart a little bit as it gets a little bit closer to us. It's already in the process of doing that. As it gets close, we may see a few scattered showers around during the morning hours. But then this next front back to the west, that's the cold front. That'll be approaching, and that promises us better chances of rain. About 70 miles offshore now, moving at about 15, 20 miles per hour. I think we'll probably see this arriving within 3 hours or so, or less. So this one band of showers moves through, brings us a little cloud cover, but we also have some clearing as well in between these areas of cloudiness, so that'll boost our temperature up nicely to about 85. Then back behind that second front, that's where the cooler, drier air is. No rain on shore right now. The low pressure area moves off to the Carolina coast and intensifies. As it intensifies, there's the threat of severe weather along the Carolinas later on today and into tomorrow. This front moves into our area, as I mentioned, this evening with this line of showers passing through. Then winds shift and we draw in that cooler, drier air. So we look for a southwest wind coming in at about 15 today. That could be very gusty a little bit later on. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the small craft advisory issued. Forecast looks like this. Breezy today, 60% chance of storms. Breezy tomorrow, clearing. 78 degrees on Sunday. And then as we head into the week ahead, it looks great. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. No major issues to report. Some slight slowdown if you're moving through the Palmetto and Ellington area at the top of your map there. Another slight slowdown on State Road 70 if you're heading westbound near the intersection of US 301. Other than that, it's looking clear in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, there are some delays on Bee Ridge Road in both directions between I-75 and US 41. Expect some slight delays there if you're heading through that area this morning. And even further south into southern Sarasota County, it's all clear at 5:16 on your Friday morning. ABC7 is teaming up with the Ghetto Automotive to celebrate teachers in our community. We're calling them the Chalkboard Champions. We ask the community to nominate a chalkboard champion, and then we select a winner. There are 2 winners every month. We start this celebration of teachers in Manatee County at Rolette Academy. ABC7's Jacqueline Matter introduces you to Mrs. Courtney McMahon.
We wanted to award you with the Chalkboard Champion of the Month for Manatee County.
Oh my goodness, I don't have any words right now.
Students, are you guys excited? Do you think she's a Chalkboard Champion?
When Courtney McMahon started teaching elementary students 7 years ago, she never knew she would make such an impact on one local Suncoast family.
It's really easy to teach easy kids. It's a little bit harder when you have a kid like mine.
I like to read and do social studies with her.
Hope Lee says her son Peter is the kind of kid most teachers don't want in their class. She says he's simply too much work.
He is a high-functioning autistic child, and that comes with challenges of how do you approach him, how do you teach him, how do you engage him. And not every teacher can do that.
But Mrs. McMahon can. Right from the start, Lee said the 4th grade teacher has made sure that Peter was equal with his peers every step of the way.
She goes that extra mile all the time to make sure that Peter is engaged, is happy, is excited about learning.
A feat Mrs. McMahon says she's prepared to tackle every day when she walks into her classroom.
We never know, how they come to school, how they go home, so it's important to make sure they feel loved every day and excited to be at school.
Lee says Peter has struggled with writing for years, but because of Mrs. McMahon, his recent test scores have skyrocketed, and now he has high hopes of growing up to be an author.
We had warned Miss McMahon at the beginning of the year that writing was going to be really, really tough. So when he came home and said, I want to be an author, I said, what's up with that, buddy? And he said, Miss McMahon's teaching me how to write, so I can do it now.
Mrs. McMahon says she approaches each student with the same philosophy.
Celebrating their gifts and recognizing what makes them happy and finding out why they want to be here.
Because of Mrs. McMahon, Lee says she's hopeful for her son's future.
So when you're a special needs parent, you don't know what the future is going to look like, and that's really a scary thing. So when you have a teacher that gives hope, that's overwhelming because when I see him interact with Miss McMahon and Mr. Cohen, I see a future for him. That's a blessing, and it's a real gift.
A gift that looks promising for Peter.
She's a great teacher, and we love her very much.
It's never a fight anymore, and it's very cool because he's got 2 teachers that understand him and want the best for him. He knows that, he feels it, and he's a better student because of it.
In Manatee County, Jacqueline Matter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
What a great story. We'll all have to buy one of Peter's books one day when he is an author. If you're interested in nominating a teacher from Sarasota or Manatee County, head over to our website, mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Apple lovers, listen up. A new iPhone hits the stores today. What customers can expect with this new phone? That story and more in today's Tech Bites. And coming up a little later in the hour at 5:30, at least 7 children have died from an outbreak of adenovirus. It's at a nursing and rehab center in New Jersey. What health officials are advising you need to do to keep your family safe. Stay with us, those stories and more when we come back.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Alberto Palaika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit RTJ Golf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Kindergartners in Tennessee surprised a hearing-impaired custodian on his 60th birthday. The Hickerson Elementary School nurse and teachers helped these students learn how to sign the happy birthday song. 60-year-old James Anthony said he was very touched by this performance. He's been working for the Coffee County School District since 1991, with 15 of those years at that Hickerson school. The latest iPhone hits the store today. ABC Candace Gibson and Janae Norman have the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple's new iPhone.
The iPhone XR hit stores worldwide today, though not to the usual long lines. The XR has picked up positive reviews for its price, which starts at about $750. And Palm is going smaller as other smartphone makers go bigger.
Look at that comparison. The screen for Palm's Android-powered phone is just 3.3 inches. That's smaller than the first iPhone. It'll be available November 2nd. And finally, a stunner from the art world.
The first painting ever done by artificial intelligence has sold at an auction. A French art group took data from thousands of 14th and 15th century portraits. That data was entered into a machine which created this painting. Someone bought it for $432,000. An Andy Warhol piece of work sold for just $75,000.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Zelljans.
Your mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist move to another treatment, ask if Zelljans XR is right for you. Zelljans XR is a once-daily pill for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well enough. It can reduce pain, swelling, and further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Zelljans XR can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Zelljans XR if you have an infection, tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Zelljans XR and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Don't let another morning go by without talking to your rheumatologist about Zelljans XR.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard
how loud
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
With early voting well underway, what you should do if you're receiving political texts on your cell phone. Plus, with the outbreak of the adenovirus killing at least 7 children, what health officials are advising you need to do to keep your family safe. And parenting can be exhausting. What one dad invented to help overnight bottle feeding your child easier. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jess Dowdrick. Ray Collins is off this week. It's 5:30 on your Friday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We're heading over to meteorologist John Scalzi. John, we made it to Friday. The weekend's on everyone's mind.
Woohoo! Yes, we did. And we know what? We're kind of in a transition day today to a pretty nice weekend. Today was not going to be one of our Chamber of Commerce days, but nevertheless, it's what we have to get through in order to get to that cooler, crisper, beautiful sunny sky. So we'll watch today an area of disturbed weather kind of advance toward the coastline, bringing us a chance of showers first in the next couple of hours. A lot of this will fall apart before it makes it to us, but we do have that chance this morning of seeing a brief shower. Then later on today, a frontal boundary will approach. That spells a much better chance of showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. We'll have the detailed forecast in a minute.
John, taking a look now at first alert traffic this morning. We begin in Manatee County. You can see some delays at the top of your screen near I-75 if you're heading eastbound in Ellington on US 301. Expect some delays there near the interstate. Also some slight delays on 301 northbound and State Road 70 if you're heading westbound near the 301 intersection. In Sarasota County, things are running smoothly, nothing to report there. And as we head even further south into southern Sarasota County, it's all clear at 5:31 on your Friday morning. Breaking news overnight, Manatee County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 people after an armed robbery involving a cell phone. It happened at 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon in the 1200 block of US 41 North. You can see that on your screen. The victim says he was approached by an 18-year-old Joshua Fox Castagna and a 16-year-old as well. The juvenile asked the victim to borrow his phone. The victim gave him the phone, but it was locked. That's when officials say the juvenile pulled a pistol to the victim, telling him to unlock it. They fled the scene with the cell phone. The victim contacted the police at a nearby Walmart. Both suspects have now been arrested. If you've received a text message from a political campaign recently, you are not alone. Messages like this one are popping up on people's cell phones no matter what their party affiliation is. If you want to put an end to the annoying text, experts say to text the word stop or take me off your list. Those doing the political texting likely got your phone number from your voter registration information, which is public record.
The vote by mail request information is available to political campaigns, political committees, and political parties. So it's not fully public, but it is available to those groups. So it could be a number from there, or they could be taking the database information just from the names or the addresses and things and matching it up with other databases to try to get, more telephone numbers.
Federal law does ban robo-messages, but nothing prevents campaigns from sending these text messages. According to the law, if the messages are manually typed and sent by a campaign worker, they're legal. Now, if the campaign uses an automated system to send those texts, then that would be illegal. Early voting for the November election is underway in both Sarasota and Manatee counties. Now, in Sarasota County, the supervisor of elections, Ron Turner, says 15,000 people have already voted in the first 3 days. You can early vote until Saturday, November 3rd. Turner also says this has been the biggest vote-by-mail turnout ever in Sarasota County, with more than 93,000 ballots already sent out.
More than 50,000 of those vote by mail ballots have come back. Thousands are coming back every single day. Just remind voters to please mail them early to us to avoid postal delays. It only takes one forever stamp or 50 cents first class postage to return that, or you can drop off your ballot at one of the supervisor of elections offices in Sarasota, Northport, or Venice in person if you would like to do that.
Turner says he encourages people to vote early at this year's ballot is pretty lengthy with 20 races and 18 countywide questions. I backed Turner up on that. I already filled out my ballot. It probably took me a good 20 to 30 minutes to do all my research and submit that. So definitely do your research ahead of time. The battle over absentee ballots in the state of Georgia does not appear to be ending anytime soon. A federal judge issued an injunction Thursday that stops the state from rejecting absentee ballots over signatures that allegedly don't match what Georgia has on file. Georgia Secretary of State Brian Kemp, who is also the Republican candidate for governor this fall, has said he will appeal the ruling and has filed an emergency motion requesting the judge put the injunction on hold. 2 federal lawsuits accuse election officials near Atlanta of rejecting hundreds of absentee ballots due to what officials call signature mismatch. Critics say that the rejections target minority voters. Defense Secretary James Mattis is expected to deploy at least 800 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. They will assist Border Patrol authorities in preventing a caravan of Central American migrants from entering the U.S. The group started in Honduras and is currently in Mexico. They plan to keep moving north to the U.S. The troops will not engage in lethal operations to stop the migrants. The plan is for them to provide fencing, wall materials, and other technical support. The troops will also provide tents and medical care for border authorities. At least 7 children have died from an outbreak of the adenovirus at a nursing and rehab center in New Jersey. Health officials are tracking at least 11 more confirmed cases from that facility, and they are working around the clock to keep the outbreak contained. Mary Maloney has more on what the virus is and what you can do to protect yourself from it.
There are many different ways that adenovirus can manifest as illness. You can get pink eye, as the governor had said, or cough. You can get bronchitis, pneumonia.
There are more than 50 strands of adenovirus. And if you're infected, it can often feel like you're coming down with the common cold or the flu, bringing on similar symptoms like fever, headaches, body aches, breathing problems, and sometimes eye infections. Like the flu, it can spread quickly, silently, and it can be a killer, especially in people with weak immune systems.
They're often transmitted not only by sneezing and coughing, but also if the particles that are passed from your sneezing and coughing end up on other objects or particles around you, and other people go and touch it and then touch their mouths or nose without washing their hands. That's how they can obtain the virus.
Officials urge no one should panic about this outbreak spreading. That adenovirus poses no threat to the public at large, but there are ways you can keep yourself protected.
Let's all do the smart, simple things like washing hands and keeping hands away from eyes and coughing and sneezing and like this as opposed to like this, and the basic stuff.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Government scientists have classified Kilauea as a very high-threat volcano in the U.S. In a USGS report, Kilauea tops the list of 18 other volcanoes as the most active volcano in the country. The eruption started in May, and there have been no active lava flows for more than a month now. It's the first time the United States Geological Survey updated its volcano threat assessments since 2005. If you have some unwanted or expired medications, you can get rid of them safely this weekend. The Sarasota Police Department and Sarasota County Sheriff's Office are taking part in National Drug Take-Back Day. So on Saturday from 10 to 2, you can drop off pills for disposal at the front lobby of Sarasota Police Department or at the Sheriff's Office headquarters. You can also drop them off at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. A hospital pharmacist says it's very important to get rid of medication the right way.
Prescription medications are commonly misused or abused, so it then erases any opportunity for family members or friends to get into those medications as well. And lastly, having a large amount of prescriptions in your home at really any time can then make your home kind of a target for theft or criminal activities.
Venice police are also taking part in the National Take Back event. You can take any unwanted prescription medication to the lobby of the police station on Saturday, also from 10 to 2. VPD also has a permanent drop box available in their lobby on East Ridgewood Avenue. Happening tonight, Northport's annual Trick or Treat at City Hall may encounter some rainfall. While the event will go on, rain or shine, city officials say it could be shut down if there's lightning within a 10-mile radius. Now, trick or treating starts at 5 o'clock and it goes until 8 o'clock tonight at Northport City Hall. Necessity is the mother of invention, as the saying goes, but it was an Israeli father's need to feed his 3-month-old baby that led to the invention of a baby bottle that warms breast milk more quickly. The man says he got the idea one night when he was warming up breast milk for his child, a process that normally takes longer than 10 minutes. He says he was exhausted and thought there had to be a better way. So he came up with a round bottle that would spread breast milk into a thin layer to allow it to warm faster. Now prices for that bottle, they start at $22 to $99 for 3 bottles. Pretty cool invention there by that man. Now, still ahead this morning on Good Morning Suncoast, the nation is on edge as more suspicious package bombs could be out there. What we know so far about these attempted attacks. After the break, ABC's Marla Spence has what protocol is locally when a suspicious package is found. We're taking a live look now outside at the city of Sarasota. A beautiful view this morning. For more on what you can expect this morning, we head over to meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we are looking at a school bus forecast that calls for some pretty nice conditions, though there will be a little bit of cloudiness around and an outside chance of a shower. We'll go with partly cloudy to cloudy skies this morning, and we'll put in a rain chance of possibly about 20 to 30%. 85 degrees on the way home, and we'll put in a rain chance of about 40%. The outside chance of a school recess today is, I'll lower it, only to about an 8 out of 10. Isolated showers around under partly cloudy skies. Your complete forecast coming up in a few.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
This fall, experience golf at a higher level, where the courses are exceptionally beautiful and incredibly challenging. On Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, enjoy unlimited golf, including cart and range balls from $112 a day. Beautiful, deadly, irresistible. Is your game ready for the trail? Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com for tee times and get your game on. The trail.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures warmer than they have been, running at 78 degrees right now with the dew point value back in the 70s, 73, making it feel kind of humid. A little bit sticky outside right now. South-southwest wind responsible for that. Coming in at 11, it'll be a breezy afternoon with gusts perhaps as high as 30 miles per hour. So it's definitely going to pick up a little bit later on. By 9 a.m., we'll have about a 30% chance of showers, light stuff for the most part. And then we get a little bit of a break as we head through the noontime hour. By 3, we'll start to pick up the rain chance again to about 40%. And then as a cold front moves through later in the evening, our rainfall chances will spike up to about 60% before starting to trend down during the overnight and into tomorrow. So here's our low pressure area moving off toward the Carolina coastline, where it's going to really deeply intensify in pretty short order. That's going to draw down some of that cooler, drier air from the northwest. We'll watch a couple of bands of showers make their way through here today. The first band is kind of on our doorstep. We'll probably see that moving in here within the next couple of hours. The thing is that if you look at the tail end of this, it's kind of falling apart as it moves toward the east. And so our rain chances are really only going to be about 20-30% as it gets closer to us, and then it falls apart. It doesn't produce much in the way of rainfall. The second band of showers is the cold front itself, and that's the one that has a better potential for producing some rain. Light stuff mostly from about Tampa Bay southward. The heavier rains will occur in the northern parts of the state. So a little cloud cover around, but you'll also notice we'll get some breaks in the clouds today as well. So there'll be sunshine around, although I think on balance we'll be able to call it mostly cloudy skies. Nothing in the way of rainfall currently. The area of low pressure continues to drift off toward the Carolina coast. That's where the heaviest rain is going to be falling, around North Carolina, Virginia. They could see some rainfall totals there of pretty close to 2 to 3 inches. The frontal boundary itself, the warm front's already come through. That's why we're in that warm, muggy air right now, and that's why we can feel that humidity in the air. The frontal boundary itself approaches, and as it does that, we'll start to pick up that 4, 5, 6 o'clock chance of a shower or thunderstorm as the front moves through. Once it moves through, our winds shift around to the north or northwest. High pressure builds in, gets breezy, but we get a lot drier starting tomorrow. So rain chances today, then clearing. We'll call it showers at about a 60% chance later on. Here's the futurecast showing you the showers moving on shore this morning. A little bit of break with some clouds. Then the front moves through by 5:30, 6:30, 7, and we start to clear out thereafter. Slow clearing. We'll look for a southwest wind, kind of breezy today at about 15, but picking up. And then over the course of the next few days, I think we'll enjoy some very beautiful weather today. A little bit cloudy, and of course with the rain showers tomorrow. We'll look for a 20% chance early, then clearing and breezy. Sunday, gorgeous, 78. And then over the course of the week ahead, pretty nice weather with temperatures seasonable or even a little cooler than. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. So once we get through today, it's looking like a nice weekend ahead. Taking a look now at First Alert traffic, we're seeing some delays on US 301 up in the Ellington area if you're heading westbound toward the city of Palmetto. Also some slight delays if you're heading southbound on US 301 in the city of Bradenton. Other than that, things look good in Manatee County and Sarasota County. We're seeing some slight delays on Fruitville Road if you are heading eastbound toward the interstate. Expect some minor delays there, and some minor delays on US 41 in both directions at the intersection of Clark Road. In southern Sarasota County, it's all clear at 5:48 on your Friday morning. This morning we're getting answers as dangerous packages are being found nationwide. We spoke to local law enforcement to find out what exactly happens when suspicious packages come through the mailing facilities here, or if law enforcement gets a call. Marla Spence joins us live from the post office off of Ringling Boulevard with that story. Marla.
Yeah, just suspicious packages are not to be taken lightly here on the Suncoast. In fact, a Sarasota police detective says his department gets a phone call about suspicious packages every few months, and he says when he gets that call, they respond right away. Now, this is video of the most recent suspicious package investigation in Sarasota that happened this past Saturday. Luckily, that package was harmless, but Sarasota police tells us officers don't take any risk when being called out to respond to these types of situations. Detective Adam Morningstar says a patrol cop will first confirm whether or not a package or bag is suspicious. Then the cop will then notify their chain of command, and that's when a bomb unit and explosive detective dogs will respond.
Now, when we respond, we're able to, from our X-ray or from our trailer, we're able to take X-rays of a package to see what's inside of it. A lot of times we can clear it just with that X-ray. But we have all kinds of tools and tactics that we can use to render that package safe if it does turn out to be a hazard.
Now, items placed in odd locations at odd times, packages with too much postage, labeling that doesn't make sense, and misspelled words and addresses that don't exist is usually what makes for a suspicious package. He also says weight of a package can also be a determining factor. Now, these are all similarities of those 10 packages that were sent to some high-profile politicians. Jess?
Thank you so much, Marla. It's like a pregame celebration for Halloween. Today, it's National Pumpkin Day. Pumpkins are a versatile vegetable used to make bars, cookies, coffee, cheesecake, pasta, and oatmeal. And of course, pumpkin spice is a popular flavor loved by millions across the U.S. In addition to its edibility, pumpkins are also fun for families to carve and decorate for trick-or-treaters. So if you want to celebrate National Pumpkin Day and haven't gotten your pumpkin already, maybe you should go out there and get some. You are looking live now at Columbus Circle in New York City. It's said to be one of the best shopping destinations in the city. I've never been there, but I'll take everyone for their word. It's 40 degrees right now, a chilly morning there, and partly cloudy. We'll be right back with more news and weather right after this.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion?
Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Welcome back. Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today. Federal investigators are analyzing suspicious devices mailed to prominent Democrats, critics of President Donald Trump, and CNN. Now, the FBI manhunt for a suspect is on in South Florida after authorities report at least one of those packages went through a post office in Opelika. Plus, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is looking for this man who they say has been burglarizing homes in Palmetto. If you recognize the suspect in this video, you're being asked to call the Manatee County Sheriff's Office immediately. In Northport, residents, get your costumes and candy buckets ready. Tonight is the annual trick-or-treat at City Hall. It's set to run from 5 to 8 p.m. It's 5:55 now on your Friday morning. You made it to the end of the week. We'll be right back with another full hour of news.